This is Dabu7 with some important information in regards to these massive hacks that have been going down globally. I've talked about this already on many different occasions, but this newest one, it's being dubbed EternalRocks worm. It is a worm that is packing a punch in using all 7 of the NSA tools that we know of thus far that have allegedly been put out there by the shadow brokers and others. Now, at this point, they're saying that this new strain of malware spreads itself by exploiting flaws in the Windows SMB files and also in the sharing protocol. But unlike the WannaCry ransomware that uses 2 of those hacking tools, it exploits all 7. Now, I talked about EternalBlue and Double Pulsar in terms of WannaCry. But there's some new ones here. There is EternalRoman. There is EternalChampion, EternalSynergy. Then there is SMB Touch and Arc Touch. All of these part of the tools, this package that has been put into this new system. Now, this one is operating way different. It's not launching the ransomware, and it actually hid itself and fooled people, made them think that this was actually WannaCry and that it was doing nothing, when actually it was getting permissions to go in through back doors and it was spreading the virus. Now, they caught this in one of their traps. They used some of these servers to catch some of this stuff and to keep it there. And then they scan and they see what all's in there and what all's going on. And this researcher Stamper had learned that this EternalRocks had infected his SMB honeypot, or this trap that he set. He says that these exploits include all the ones that I mentioned, and he is referring to this as a doomsday worm, this EternalRocks worm. Now, the difference in some of this stuff is the SMB Touch and the Arc Touch are SMB reconnaissance tools. They are designed to scan for open SMB ports on the public internet, whereas EternalBlue, EternalChampion, EternalSynergy, and EternalRoman are SMB exploits that are designed to compromise vulnerable Windows computers. Then we have Double Pulsar that is then used to spread this worm from one affected computer to other vulnerable machines across the same network. So as I stated before, they found that this thing was disguising itself as WannaCry. So it didn't give up its true identity and what it was really doing. They say that this takes place in a 2-stage process. In the first stage, EternalRocks downloads the Tor web browser on the affected computer, which is then used to connect to its command and control server that is located on the Tor network on the dark web. After 24 hours, EternalRocks responds to the CC server here with an archive containing the 7 Windows SMB exploits that I've mentioned. All this then is put into motion. So, this is something that's flying under the radar. You're really not going to see any signs that it's there at the moment. And it could have many different commands attached to it that could change over time and do different things. Now, my issue with this is they're still pushing this, that it came from the shadow brokers and all this, which I believe is just a front group for the alphabet gangs. They're monitoring everything in real time like Eagle Eye. And with shadow brokers saying that they're going to start a subscription and start giving out information and tools to individuals, you don't think that the alphabet gangs are not going to be watching every single person that signs up there and that subscribes and is getting this information and all the tools? It in itself seems to be a trap to me. Knowing the roots of all of this and where it all comes from. And as I've said before, what better way to take any of the suspicion off of a person than by playing the victim and turning heads and have everyone looking for a culprit. Nonetheless, this is real deal. You may not hear a whole lot about it until things really start to go into effect and it starts to attack things. But it's out there. It's in motion. They're warning about it. It's been discovered. Wanted to give the heads up on it. Let folks know. I will leave a link and continue to update with more information as I come across it. As always, it's been Dabu7. Much love.